You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
As we take a short break for the holidays, we want to thank you for being part of our community and for tuning in throughout the year. Today, we're bringing you a special encore episode, one we'll hope you enjoy revisiting or hearing for the first time. However you're spending the season, we wish you happy holidays, a safe and restful break, and as always, thank you for listening.
Hey folks, Dave here. If you want to watch this episode, well, you can check it out on our YouTube channel by going to youtube.com/@N2KCyber. Enjoy the show.
Why could we not have done the thing where they bake cupcakes?
Oh my God.
So from N2K Cyberwire, I'm Keith Malarski, Chief Global Ambassador at Q-Intel and retired former FBI agent turned cyber host, and today, your interrogation lead. Welcome to a special heat-infused edition of Only Malware in the Building, where we're combining digital forensics with hot sauce tactics. Today, I'll be grilling, not just the wings, but our guests, as we turn up the heat, spice, and the scrutiny. The questions get hotter as the sauces do. And by the end, we might uncover some truths our guests didn't see coming.
You ready, Dave?
No! Joining me at the table are two of our very own, Dave Bittner, host of the Cyberwire Daily, Hacking Humans, Caveat, and probably the most familiar voice in cybersecurity podcasts. And Selena Larson, senior threat researcher at Proofpoint, expert in cybercrime, and a true hunter of the internet's most elusive adversaries.
Wow.
I know, and a hunter of hot sauce.
And a hunter of hot sauce.
I love a good hot sauce.
We're going to start off just with a question and one that has no heat. So this is literally a softball.
This is our baseline to establish what no heat is like.
What no heat is like.
Okay, so this is for me.
The only yes.
Okay.
The only heat coming is the question.
All right. All right, I'm ready. All right. So this shouldn't be any problem at all.
Oh my gosh.
It's delicious.
All right. That's pretty good.
It's quite tasty.
No sauce. Scoville 0.
So let's take a trip down memory lane. What was the first password you ever used? Was it something super basic, like password 123, or did you come up with something a little more creative? How have your password habits changed and evolved since? And be honest, do you still use the same password somewhere?
It might take you longer to remember this.
Go ahead. Yeah, because this was longer ago.
Yeah, you have more time to think.
Go for it.
My first password, I think, was probably like my last name. I was very young on the internet, coming up using AOL Instant Messenger and logging on to our little home computer. I honestly can't even remember really what it was, but it was probably something like that. But a better fun fact is my first AIM screen name, which was PITA and then my name, which stood for Pain in the
Posterior.
Yes. So I still remember that very clearly. Not my password though, but yes, definitely my password uses have changed. Do not use the same password as then or anywhere.
And not that you admit it here in front of all of the listeners.
Not in front of all of the audience, that's for sure. But of course, no, it's gotten a lot better. Password managers, multi-factor authentication. Definitely not using that when I was a little teeny bopper on my big bubble Mac.
Dave? Well, I mean, I started with TRS-80 back in about 1980.
Did they even have passwords then?
Well, no, the computers didn't.
Yes.
I mean, you pressed the button and the computer came on. There was no booting, there was no, but we had dial-up modems, 300 baud dial-up modems, and we dialed into bulletin board systems. I don't know if you ever did any of that.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
BBS?
So one user at a time, so it was great. It was fun. I remember my first username was the highly original and clever Ziggy Stardust.
Yes.
That was you? No.
That was me. But I don't remember, on my password, I don't remember what my original password. It was probably something like appropriate for a 11 or 12-year-old boy. It was probably something like, Bowie 69.
69, dudes!
But I do not still use that.
Mine I remember vividly. So I remember going to the library and opening my first Hotmail account. So this is before I had my first internet computer at home. And in my first password, I was a big Beatle fan, still am, but it was 28if, which was on the license plate on the Abbey Road. So it was. So I had a combination of both letters and numbers in that. So
That was a deep cut.
yes, it was.
That's a deep cut.
Sauce number 1, hacked and hot. Scoville 1,200.
All right, here we go. Oh.
That's good.
Okay.
Okay, that's not. I can feel some heat
spicy.
coming.
It's building, for sure. There's more coming. But manageable. This is something I would expect in an authentic restaurant, like where they warn you that this is not actually for the Americans. It's a little. That's hotter than I expected.
The heat is coming
The
now.
aftertaste. It
Yes.
really it packs an after punch.
And I'm worried because that was
That was number 1.
yeah.
As a cybersecurity expert, what is your personal tech routine like when you wake up in the morning? Do you go straight to checking if you've been hacked? Or do you start with a fresh cup of coffee? Is there any kind of ritual you have to make sure your digital life stays secure?
That's a good question. I have an unhealthy addiction to my smartphone and my computer, so I immediately look at my phone as soon as I wake up, my alarm clock, and I look at it. But this is actually an interesting question because I feel like it's fundamentally about threat modeling, right? And we're thinking about how do you use technology? How do we use technology? Are we always checking to see, what is our risk level? And for us, I don't know how you feel, Dave, but I feel I'm very public. I'm out there.
I'm out there.
I am imminently findable
Yeah.
on the internet.
Yeah.
And so I do kind of think that I am a little bit more cautious about some of the stuff that I would post of like, oh, where am I or what am I doing? And making sure that I do have all those things under control. But more importantly, I also talk to people who know me, who are my friends and family, and make sure that they are also very secure. Because for public people, it can kind of be a little bit of a supply chain, I guess.
Yeah,
your besties,
right.
know.
They'll get to you.
Some collateral damage, so to speak. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, same thing. My phone is what wakes me up in the morning. But so I'm on an iPhone, so the first thing it does is tell me everything, hey, good morning. And I have my nickname in my phone is Your Majesty. So it says, good morning, Your Majesty. Here's the weather, and here's what it's going to be, right?
I follow the very similar routine that you guys do as well. The one thing I do is always checking my bank account and my credit cards for, because it's not necessarily that they're going to hack my passwords that are going to, and come into my accounts, but they may hack somebody where my credit card or something has been. So I'm always looking for those fraudulent charges, especially when I'm traveling overseas, because you never know, whether there's a skimmer there or something like that. So I'm very hyper vigilant on that. So
Yeah.
That's a great point, actually.
And then also using, two-factor authentication. So even if they would get one of our passwords, you don't have to worry. It's going to be much more difficult to get in.
Sauce number 2, threat levels. Scoville 26,500.
Let's do it.
Let's give it a shot.
Down one, 2, 3.
Good taste.
10 out of 10. That level, delicious.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up. I think that was the best tasting one so far on that.
I am sweating a little.
You are a little, yes.
Thanks.
All right, so as a cybersecurity pro, you're clearly about protecting yourself from malware. But have you ever had a moment where malware almost got you? Maybe an email attachment or a shady website that you almost clicked on? And how close did you come to a digital disaster?
Oh, I got.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think we all have.
Yeah. So for me, it was the classic, I got a text message from a good friend that said, hey, Dave, did you see this video that was posted of you?
Oh, no.
That's all it said.
Yep.
And I was like, no. What
I gotta see
video
what
was
this is.
posted? Right, I gotta see what this is. So I click through, and it's like, takes me to like a Facebook login page. And I logged in.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the ball game.
And so you got your Facebook hacked.
I did.
Yeah.
I got it back. This may have been 10 years ago. So I was a lot less vigilant back then. But at the same time, I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. They got me. Got my ego, my curiosity, my fear of what video could this be?
Yeah.
And also because it came from a trusted source. So it was my friend who got hacked, and then they were spamming everybody on their directory, their list of friends.
Yeah, that was one of the big techniques to do that. So,
Yep.
because now you think it's safe, it's coming. That's like my sister will send me stuff. I will never click on a link that she sends me anything. And I'll call her up. I'll be like, hey, did you just send me something? I'm not clicking on anything until you tell me it's safe. So,
Yeah, that's a good trick though. But did anything happen?
No, I mean, I realized it quickly enough that I was able to salvage it, so I didn't actually end up losing anything. I did feel pretty stupid though.
Well, so I think it's really important because, to your point, everyone has something that they could fall for, and we as cybersecurity practitioners have experienced something that might be bad or whatever. But I think the most important thing that people need to do is not feel stupid.
Yes.
Because that is part of the hack is making you feel stupid. They prey on your brain. They are going after you emotionally. They're trying to hack your feelings, and you're, like you were saying, it play to your ego and your interests, and you're like, I want to see this video of me. And so I think that that's so important because they tailor it to make you feel bad. My almost getting got. I don't think as far as I know, have never fully been hacked, but scammers will oftentimes register phone numbers. It's like one letter or one number off of a real phone number. And so I was trying to book a flight, and I was calling the airline, and I called the airline, but I mistyped the number. And so I was one number off. I wasn't even clicking on it, or wasn't an attack that says call this number to dispute it or whatever. I literally just mistyped it. And then I called and whatever, and it went through the whole answering machine of this is the airlines, and put in your information, put in your date of birth, put in your all of this stuff. And then there was one thing that they had asked for that I was like, okay, this is weird. And then I just started putting in fake information because I was like, oh, I want to see where this is going.
You're not getting this.
Yeah, but then it said it was put in your passport information, put in your credit card information. And so put in all of the things that are numbers that you can sort of type in to get information. And it was all automated. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good. It could have got me.
When I was working undercover, my job on the forum was to review any new malware packages that came out. And they really thought that somebody on my site was a Fed. So 5 people.
And they were right.
They were right. They were right. And so what they did was, at that time, there was the control panel for the malware, and they backdoored it. So when it came in to get reviewed, even though we took it off on not on a production network, on a research network, and it was backstopped and everything like that. As soon as we executed the file, everything that was on the flash drive, which the analyst had some other things on the flash drive that were templates of the NCFTA where I was stationed, and it went right back to the bad guys.
Oh.
So there was a little bit of a melancholy moment there where, now all of a sudden they knew somebody worked at the NCFTA. So at that time we had it backstopped to a company and all that. And then we heard a story that they were going to do this expose that one of the admins worked at the NCFTA, and I thought I was toast. But then what we ended up doing, we made some phone calls and we scrubbed the DNS, we scrubbed the whois. So when they did their expose, none of that stuff existed anymore. And then they were just NCFTA template reports, and the other hackers were this is all made up because nobody would have these documents there with typos in it and things like that because they were just templates and all that. So I was able to actually skate by.
Wow.
But that was probably the worst hack because that was my my undercover identity. But we were able to make it through it. So
patched it up and is that something that's commonly done in these forums? Is they'll sort of seed backdoor?
Oh yeah, because that's the other. They're always worried about are there feds or cops there on the forum? So they're always trying to dox people, and so. I wouldn't trust anything like a credit card checker or anything like. I would always make sure you're open. Any undercover guys out there, make sure you're opening up. Or researchers, make sure you're opening it up in in a VM and a totally non-attributable network because they're going to backdoor it for sure.
We'll be right back. Sauce number 3, Scorchware, Scoville units, 131,000.
All right.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, a little bit there.
Starting.
So, given your line of work, how often do you take a break from all things cyber? Now it's hitting me.
Yes.
Do you ever go on a digital detox, or is it just impossible to turn off with so much going on in the cybersecurity world? And what is your strategy for really finding balance between staying on top of threats and taking a breather from your screens?
So I would say any person who works in this industry who says they know everything about everything is lying to you.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Who can rhapsodize on things and, can talk about everything and anything from fraud to, botnets to APT malware to nation state politics to all these things. That's impossible. Like one single person cannot stay on top of everything in cybersecurity. And for me, I have to be very mindful about the things that I can control and I know impact me in my job, and the things that are interesting to me, but I know that I don't feel responsibility to be aware of what's happening because other people know way more about this than I do. And so for me, I really want to make sure that I'm staying on top of the stuff that I need to know about, and then listen to podcasts like the Cyberwire for the stuff that I could, is interesting to me, but maybe not necessarily impacting my work. But from a digital detox perspective, I do think it's very, because burnout in cybersecurity is so real, it's so prevalent.
Yeah.
And I think that we are all under a lot of pressure, whether you work in DFIR or IT help desk or, threat research. Malware reversing, taking stuff from the dark web and, and downloading it.
Yeah.
And so I do try and kind of go off a little, less crazy on my phone and stuff. But I read a lot of physical books. I love physical books because I do need a brain break, and I get my nails done a lot, and that takes a while. So I put my phone away, my computer away, and I don't that's my self-care of trying to figure out ways of not being around a screen.
Yeah.
My scalp is sweating.
Yes, I was gonna say. Well,
my nose is running. Okay, so the question was detox.
Yes.
Okay.
Which you're gonna need after this.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. So, we joke around the office sometimes that my job is, hi, I'm Dave Bittner, and here's today's bad news. And that can get to you after a while. And so my job, I'm spending a good part of my day hunting down the bad news and trying to decide, trying to rank them, what are because we do about 10 stories a day on each Cyberwire podcast. So what are the most important 10 stories they're going to benefit our audience the most to know about? So I have to do that. And but I think to your point, it's a really good one that I cannot be an expert on most of this stuff. And so I rely on people like you, I know who have specialties. So I may not know the answer to something, but I know who does. And so building those relationships and being able to call somebody up and ask them, what does this mean? And I've done that with both of you.
Yeah. So how do you decompress?
I don't.
Listen to David Bowie.
When I'm starting to feel it, that I need some time off, I need to respect that. And even just sometimes taking a single day to do nothing, to go, walk, go to a state park and hike, or stay away, like you were said, put the phone down and just try to breathe and change my space and my mindset and all that kind of stuff.
And I think, like you were mentioning, in our industry, especially like doing, DFIR, it's just pressure. And, one of the things I always told, my agents working for me, the people that work for me at EY, was that you could run a marathon or you can run a sprint, but you can't sprint a marathon. And it's really important to really kind of pace yourself because otherwise you'll burn out very quick. And it's also like when, like if you're lifting weights, if you lift weights every day, you don't make gains. You need time to let those muscles grow. And it's a lot like that in our industry, I think, that we just put a lot of pressure on ourselves because everything is a 5-alarm fire. Not just these wings, so it's really important for that. So some of the things that I try to do is, one is I don't bring a phone or a tablet in my bedroom. So it's like, so this way I go up there and I sleep, and I don't have a TV in there, so it's just total decompression. And when I go on vacations, I like to go on cruises because you turn your phone off because the Wi-Fi on the cruise is just crazy expensive.
Super expensive.
Yeah,
My glasses are steaming up.
Well, before we do this next one, I have to put my hair up. It's getting hot.
Oh, is it?
It's time.
Oh, is it?
I
see.
It's time.
Okay, very good, very good.
Geez, it's an extra layer that I don't need.
Sauce number 4. Only Maruga in the building. Scoville 1 million.
Only Maruga.
It's Maruga. What does
It's a
that
pepper.
mean?
It's a very, very spicy pepper. Is it the scorpion pepper or is that a separate one? I don't know if it's the Moruga is the scorpion pepper.
Okay.
So it's a very spicy pepper.
I've never had a Maruga pepper, and so this will be interesting.
Oh, we have to put extra on it?
Yeah, just a little dab.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that was a lot. So yeah, you probably don't have to do that much, but accidentally overboard.
I'm a dab off. No.
Yeah, you can dab off my dab.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Wait.
Only Maruga in the building. Is...
All right. All right.
Okay, down the hatch.
Cheers.
Bottoms
Cheers.
up.
No fair.
Cheers, cheers. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Very good taste.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm waiting for it to hit.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Not bad.
it's coming.
Yeah, I can tell. It's building. It's just a question of how much and how long.
It's a.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
This one took the longest.
Yeah.
It's a little.
And now that it's there, it's staying.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All
Why
right.
could we not have done the thing where they bake cupcakes?
Now it's.
Oh my God.
The taste is good, but it's hot. It is.
Okay.
It's hot.
Do we have a couple more?
I feel like I'm breathing fire.
Do we have a couple more nuggets? Because I'm not quite done, Mr. Molarski.
Okay.
Oh no, not the FBI hat.
Oh no.
The tables are turned, and I'll be asking the questions now.
All right.
Mr. Interrogator.
All right.
my
all right.
gosh.
Oh, look at this. You're representing.
Yes.
All right.
In my previous career, I actually did some work with
Oh,
the FBI.
I did not want to do that.
And
We have another napkin.
did you touch your eyes?
Maybe.
Oh my God, my eyes are watering.
Okay. It's good.
I'm so glad we're not doing 10 of these.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
I am going to sweat through this hat.
All right.
All right. So, Keith.
Yes.
Wait, do we need another nuggets?
Yes.
Shall I get?
But I'm trying to move this along. So All right. Drink.
All right. I'm ready, Dave.
All right, we're going to do one more round
Okay.
with the really hot stuff.
I'm the
Oh,
real
more
hot-
of the hot.
Yes.
Wow.
We can't go back.
I love it. I love it. No, this is great. This is wonderful.
All right.
This is awful. All right. Oh, good God. All right.
I'm ready. I'll do a little more.
This
so I can
hurts so bad.
Uh-huh.
get it all there.
Yeah, and not like a John Cougar song where it's hurting so good.
No. This is unpleasant. This is really unpleasant.
Okay.
Hey, Dave, why don't you be a podcaster? That'd be fun. Oh, yeah. We'll make funny videos and we'll have a good time. That sounds like a great career. All right, so.
It's flashing before your eyes.
I know. Well, lots of things are. All right,
Okay.
ready? 3, 2, 1, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay. So, G-Man, in your career with the FBI, all your years of hunting down bad guys, what was the craziest thing you ever saw? What was the wildest thing that made you step back and go, could this possibly be real with these numbskulls that I'm chasing around the world?
Okay.
I'm taking this hat off because...
I'm gonna eat this first one.
Okay.
Trying to maybe
There's
hopefully
one
dull,
extra. There's one left.
dull things.
I know there were some crazy personalities. Wasn't there a guy with the cats?
There were guys with cats.
Like exotic cats, right?
Yeah, so that was Bogachev, the Game Over Zeus.
Oh, yeah.
So he was very unique in that, he had these exotic cats.
Was it like a lynx? Or like a...
Yeah. It was like,
Some sort.
yeah, like a lynx or like a bobcat.
A bobcat, there we
something
go.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah. He had. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm going slow on this, Dave.
Yeah. Well, how's your brain?
Yeah, it's going good.
Yeah.
My eyes have stopped watering. Yeah. I mean, I guess like the funniest things is that their wives and girlfriends always never met a camera that they didn't like. So we had
like me.
So we had a thing like you've heard in like the intelligence community, you heard of like UMIT, which is like human intelligence, or SIGINT, and so we had a thing which we called WAGINT, for wives and girlfriends intelligence. So just seeing what they would be posting all the time, and just going, and you just saw crazy stuff, a lot of stuff not safe for work. But so you could just kind of imagine some of those things, but they would post where they were, which was always great for us because then you knew what they were doing. So so that's the best I can come with the clarity of my head right now.
How are you?
I'm good. This is great. This is great for me.
Yeah, I'm doing better now. It's much better now.
I'm dying here, guys.
But the fact that you doubled down and we went for 2.
Wow.
So we're gonna talk our first computers. What was the first one you owned that you used that sparked your love for tech? Was it a bulky desktop from the 90s or something else entirely? And then was there a specific moment when you thought, okay, I'm hooked on tech?
So I will answer. Well,
go ahead.
Please. Another thing about me, I didn't like technology when I was growing up. I didn't like it. I like, all millennials had our, MySpace and AIM and everything. And I like did the marquee scroll so stuff could go across my MySpace page. And I was like, I'm a hacker. But I didn't really like technology. And I was kind of whatever about it. I really wanted to be, I was a journalist. So I really wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to, be a person that does words and not numbers. And then I went to San Francisco, and I was doing a job interview in San Francisco, and they're like, well, it was for technology reporter jobs. And it was like, well, what do you know about, or like, what do you know about technology? And I'm like, nothing. But you know what I do know about? The news. And in San Francisco, technology is the news.
Yeah.
And so I very quickly became, caught up to speed. And then I was like, wow, I love it. And then I really liked cybersecurity and privacy. And so I was like, I'm almost entirely self-taught. I've done some trainings, but not a ton.
Yeah.
But now I love it. But my first computer was the bubble Mac.
Okay,
and I think it was the teal bubble Mac. And I had to share it with my siblings.
Like an iMac.
We had designated,
iMac.
we had designated times and things you could do, and I think I just missed that you can't use the phone and the computer at the same time.
Yeah.
So my sister had that, but then I had we have 2 now. What about you, Dave?
I'm sorry.
This is awesome.
I didn't hear a single word you just said, by the way. The first time I laid hands on computers was I went to they had a special summer camp, summer school kind of thing. And they had TRS-80 Model 1s, which are like some of the original 8-bit computers. So that's where I learned how to like program BASIC, and I loved it. I loved it so much. So then I saved up money because I had a paper route, and I bought a TRS-80 color computer.
Yeah.
I could hook up to a cheap TV, and I had a cassette recorder and all that original stuff. And you know, the thing is, when you're 11 or 12, like you don't have any money, but the thing you have is time.
Yeah.
So I would spend all summer long just like all night, you know, whatever, and I programmed all my own stuff and eventually got a modem, and that opened up a whole nother world of phone freaking and
You were a freaker?
I was.
Wow.
Yeah. Love it.
Did you
Wrote my
freak?
own.
I did not. Yeah, I did not. I got into it a little bit later when I got into college. So, you know, they had these Apple computers, you know, at college. So you kind of got into that and just started out like with, I wanted something easier than a typewriter to type my stuff. And then it kind of went from there. And then one of my roommates would always play on a computer, and, you know, we'd play like Leisure Suit Larry or, you know, things like that. You know, so just kind of going in from the games. And then finally, you know, when Windows 95 came out with the Start Me Up campaign, that's kind of when I got that first internet computer, which was a gateway computer back in those days. And I think, I can't even remember, like the hard drive was probably like 2 gigabytes, maybe 3 gigabytes, something like that.
Yeah.
And you had that, you know, very fast 28-bit modem dial-up, you know, which was crazy. And then, you know, when I was at the FBI, I did more like offensive stuff. So, because I worked counterintelligence and espionage my first 7 years. And then I was like, well, this internet thing I don't think is going to be a fad. You know, I think it's not going to go away. So I transferred over to cyber division, and then I had a really great. I was like you. I wasn't formally trained, but I had a great agent. His name was Tom Grasso, and he was kind of like my Yoda. You know, that he just could take time and would show me how to do everything. And you know, from that, it just kind of took off. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was, you know, pre like big internet where everything is just accessible at any time.
Right.
And so you're just kind of curious, is like, you know, what is going on over in East Germany? What is going on in just, you know, even in the UK? It's just a lot different for sure.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Dave, Selena, it's we just took on the wings of death, and now there's nothing left here. Nothing to do right now but to just roll out the red carpet for this camera, and this camera.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, and I also
I would invite all of our listeners.
Yes, please.
To, first of all, try some hot sauce.
Yes.
It'll make your brain rattle, and you'll be very happy and tell some fun stories with your friends. But more importantly, tune in wherever you get your podcast to Only Malware in the building.
Yeah.
N2K Network, CyberWire, the great cast and crew here, actually in the building, only crew in the building.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
And we've survived.
And we survived. We survived. We thrived. Tune in to Only Malware in the building.
Day's not over yet. Day's not over yet.
All right.
We did it.
That was a blast, guys.